If you're coaching high performance sports privately, you're probably already making six figures, easily making over 100 grand a year. But if you're not yet, then you really need to do a couple of things to just get to that number, because you're putting in a lot of work and you're probably being underpaid. The math to make it to 100 grand a year coaching privately is pretty simple. You only need to charge $400 per head, and you need to service 250 clients per year. Now, 250 clients may sound like a lot, but when you break it down, that really just amounts to 25 people in a session and 10 different programs that you run through the year. Now, my programs were always 8 weeks long, so you only needed to have 8 weeks of the year to really knock out half of those sessions. So let's say you ran programs on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You could have one program on Tuesdays, one program on Thursdays, and on Saturdays, you have 3 sessions back to back. That's 5 sessions, 25 people per group. And in 8 weeks, you would make 50 grand if those classes were all full and you're charging everybody $400. And that's 8 weeks. So you could do that January to February, then take March off and come back in April and May. And that's your 100 grand for the year, because you're really serving 125 people twice throughout the year. And we haven't even made it to the summertime yet. So there's a couple things here. You're probably either asking, how do I get 125 people? Well, I got another video for that, but you need to be at least charging the right amount of money. So the other question probably is, how do I justify charging people $400? And I'd argue that you could charge well over $400 if you know what you're doing and you know how to package up your expertise and the product that you're selling properly. Now, if you're looking for ways to raise the value of what you're doing or demonstrate the value of what you're doing in a way where people are more comfortable not only buying it, but buying it feeling like they got more than they paid for and coming back time after time, then the main thing you should do is draw a line from where people are to where they want to be. And the best way to do that is to list out all of the things you are going to give your clients. What does that mean? Let's say football, for example, because that's where I cut my teeth. That's where I began my coaching career. That's where I built my business. If I'm going to be coaching defensive backs, it's a very specialized set of skills. I'm going to develop a curriculum. Now, there's 4 stages of coaches. Okay, you have coaches who are basically glorified babysitters. Parents sign up the kids and they say, yo, I'll be back in 2 hours. Keep them occupied while I do the grocery shopping. Cool. They don't really care what you teach them, but if you do give them something that they can bring home, that's great. Now, the next step above that is you're actually helping them develop skills. So you're teaching them things that they otherwise wouldn't have exposure to, or things that they need help with. Okay, so a whole bunch of different skills, but more so you get whatever you get. And at the end of it all, the kid might be better, but that's only because they're starting at ground zero and you're giving them exposure to a lot of things. Now, the third stage is you're developing a curriculum, and a curriculum has something called learning objectives. That means you're going to learn how to do X, Y, and Z. For a defensive back, it might mean you're going to learn how to backpedal. You're going to learn how to speed turn. You're going to learn how to catch the ball in the air, and you're going to learn the difference between man and zone coverage. Cool. These are concepts and skills that we're going to put into your tool belt during the 8 weeks that we're together. Now, the only way that you can take this even up a notch further is if you break down these learning objectives for each individual kid and you package them up so that you can tell them, yes, you actually have learned how to backpedal. You've learned how to keep your pad level low. You've learned how to come out of your breaks with minimal extra footwork, minimal extra steps. You've learned how to catch the ball above your head. And the things you need to work on are speed turns and breaking 90 degrees, coming out of your break to the right. To the left, we've got it going well. To the right, you need to work on that. That's the difference between having a plan and working the plan. And I noticed this first when I was in school, because they're going to tell you what are the things that you actually do well and do poorly. But then as I started looking at other businesses, I noticed that the ones that scale the largest, they make these rubrics for the coaches to grade all of the athletes on. And that's so that the one person who is the expert who started this academy is able to give a program to coaches who might not have played pro or might not have been at that elite level, but they can still coach kids on how to develop the building blocks that will get them to the next level to where they want to be. So as the person who is the master of this whole academy, you need to be able to get what's in your brain onto a piece of paper and develop a program that other coaches can assist you with. And once you break down all of these skills into bite-sized chunks, not only can you target the specific skills that these kids need to get better at, you can also tell them which ones they've done well, which ones they need to work on, and which ones are going to come next in the progression of going from basic to advanced. Now, show that to somebody who's going to sign up for your program, and that immediately will help them get over any questions about paying $400, $500, $600 for the thing that you're going to give them, because you're showing them, objectively showing them the value that they are going to get. When you leave here, we are going to teach you how to do the backstroke, how to do the breaststroke, how to do the butterfly. We're going to teach you how to do a handstand, how to kip up on the bars, how to do a cartwheel, how to do a front handspring. We're going to teach you how to dribble with your offhand, how to drive and hit layups with both hands, how to do a chest pass, bounce pass, how to, all of the different skills and elements that you're going to work on, document them out, group them, and then break them into progressions. I promise you, you'll be able to charge much more to the people who are coming to your program. And it's not like you're taking from them. You're actually doing them a favor, because the way that you organize your program is going to help them continue to work on the things that they need to do to get better when they're not with you. Okay, that's real coaching and real guidance, is equipping athletes with the awareness they need to continue developing after you've worked with them. Now, if you learned anything in this, I need you to share this with somebody who's coaching or somebody who's working with people, because at the end of the day, the clock's going to stop for everybody. The game's going to be over. But if you spent your whole life learning how to play sports, you should at least get some money out of it when it's all said and done. So if you want to learn how to coach, tap in with me. That's what I'm here to do. I'm trying to help you make more money selling your skills. My name's Courtney. Until next time, peace.